Yes, 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 yes. What's going on, family? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, my guys and men and the ladies in the chat today? What's going on, family? Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's session with your boy Abel. Super excited to be here with every single one of you guys as usual, because today is another day that we're able to come on here and ultimately get better, which means we're getting closer to accomplishing our goals that we have of being long-term profitable traders, family. And it's your boy Abel once again, super excited to be here with every single one of you guys. So family, if you guys can hear my voice, if you guys can see my screen, go ahead and drop your locations in the Chizzy chat. Drop those locations in the chat, family. We're gonna go ahead and get right into the markets today. It's probably not going to be that long of a session today, just because there really hasn't been much movement at all, in the markets, guys, in the past 24 hours. But you guys know me. Definitely going to take a look at the markets, take a look at any fundamental data that got released, and just see if there's anything that we could pretty much take advantage of going into tonight and into tomorrow. But if we are being honest, though, everything that we did speak about pretty much did, for the most part, actually end up playing out, right? Because on yesterday's stream, guys, if you guys were here yesterday, I appreciate y'all. I love you guys so much. I mentioned to you guys that we were actually at very interesting levels here, for the dollar, which in return is going to put us at interesting levels, guys, for a lot of these different currency pairs as well. And one thing that I told you guys that was a very big possibility, going into this week was dollar weakness. I wanted to see, guys, if, this level of structure up here can actually hold, and if we could actually go ahead and see price, give us lower pricing here for, the dollar as a whole. And the market has literally been doing just that, right? So it is giving us, guys, that bearish reaction that I was talking about overall. Again, I did also mention to you guys that trying to short the dollar itself is possible, but it is risky. So if you were shorting the dollar, then hopefully you were doing it for a logical perspective, logical reason. And if you did, then yeah, shout out to you overall, because that's pretty much exactly what we did experience, guys, was dollar weakness. Okay, short-term dollar weakness. Now, what can we expect, guys, moving forward for the dollar itself? Well, I think that we can actually see this thing continue going bearish. I would love to see it actually continue, experiencing weakness overall. But I am long-term, guys, expecting a rebound eventually of the dollar to then continue in this overall dominance that we have been experiencing now. I mean, literally for the past year, right? Past 2 years. Okay. So long term, we're still very much bullish, right? Very, very much bullish. It's just on a short term perspective, we could obviously experience, a short term pullback down. Right now, again, just like how we marked off yesterday, guys, this is literally what we marked off yesterday. So dollar weakness is what we expected. That's pretty much what we actually ended up getting. But how can we actually correlate this with the actual charts, right? Because obviously we're not going to go and trade the actual dollar index. What we're actually going to trade is currencies, or currency pairs that include the US dollar, right? It makes it so much easier for us to now identify where these currency pairs can actually go. So overall, guys, dollar weakness. You know, if it begins in USD, it should go down. If it ends in USD, it should go up, right? Like, there's no easier way of pretty much breaking this down. And why I also like to use a dollar index as like one of the first things that I actually look at when I first come to the market. So, but overall, guys, the market is doing exactly what we expected. We did see the pull back up back to this level of structure right here. We did get the reaction, and I want to see some more follow through now to continue to the downside. Right, that's definitely something I'm very interested in seeing. Right, maybe we can experience, you know, short-term bullishness to then eventually go ahead and send us lower. That's a very big possibility, guys, that we could see probably tonight or tomorrow. You know, or we could just see this thing absolutely just, you know, continue dropping right from where we're at. You know, very big possibility as well. You know, but if I'm looking for something going into tonight, it's definitely probably going to be playing more so off of maybe a pullback to the upside, looking to short back down, right, just to see if we can continue this little short-term trend that we've been seeing, right? But overall, let's go ahead and see what we actually are looking at, guys, in terms of the actual pairs as well, starting with EURUSD. You know, very interesting price action. Again, you know, we spoke about this yesterday. You know, I told you guys that there was a chance, was a possibility for price to react off of this supply zone that or off of this demand zone that we had at the lows. I also said that it was very risky as well, so be mindful of that. But if you did end up playing, guys, pretty much this move higher, you know, price did end up playing that pretty nicely. Now, another thing that I also had, guys, as well, one thing that I was really looking for, actually, right, last night, I was looking to see if price can make its way back up into this level up here to then look to actually go ahead and go short on. Now, the market, obviously, you know, we had just a lot of freaking news that came in and absolutely did send this thing up flying, guys. So, again, you know, the short opportunity that I was looking for really didn't play out how I wanted it to. You know, it is what it is. I was just, you know, taking that chance to see if we were going to actually go ahead and just continue in this bearish trend. And, I mean, obviously, we didn't do that, right? We've seen a very strong reaction out of this area of demand to the upside. So, anybody that did take advantage of that, I know a lot of you guys that are in my inner circle, you know, just, you know, people that have been messaging me through social media, you know, a lot of you guys have, you know, took advantage of things like this, right? Took advantage of this play right here off of a very simple demand zone, right? Including with AUD, USD, and a few other pairs. GBP, USD as well, right? They all pretty much did very similar reactions, similar plays, right? But yeah, you know, it absolutely did exactly with what I said was a possibility. But now what can we expect next now, guys, for Euro? Right, well, now, just seeing what we're actually doing, guys, and seeing the structure that we're creating, I would love to see if we can continue this pullback, right, to then eventually send us back lower. But just based on how we're actually structuring right now, right, based on the price action that we're seeing right now, right, that is pretty much what I'm expecting. You know, I'm expecting some more upside now for EURUSD, a correction to actually come in, right, to correct this big old drop that we've seen, right? You know, I like to see the market go ahead and start to correct a lot of this move. You know, so that's what I'll be looking for going into tonight. Will be probably just to set myself up, guys, for higher pricing here for Euro. So now, where is an area that we can actually go ahead and pay attention to? Well, if we can see ourselves back down maybe to this level right here of structure, right, 0.99 level, you know, that can be an opportunity, guys, that does send us actually higher. You know, we could come right down to this little level of structure. You know, we also did have an increase in buying pressure right here at this level from the 15-minute time frame. You know, so if price can come back down to here, we might have a smaller time frame level of demand that could potentially give us an entry to really, you know, continue this correction that we're seeing here for EURUSD. You know, so that's one possibility, guys, that we can really keep our eyes on and play. So something like this, right? Push right here and then target higher. Now, if the market itself, guys, ends up breaking this level, right? Like if we see enough selling pressure here for the euro to actually break this level. See, now that, again, is also just telling me something, right? And that telling me that we could possibly actually see, you know, more downside itself, right? So we're at a very interesting level here for the euro. Literally this level right here, guys, this lower level right here, well, this is the 0.996 level. A very interesting level to keep my eyes on, right? Depending on how price pays off of there, that's exactly how I'm going to be looking to take advantage of it. The main thing that I'm looking for now is probably going to be the buy opportunity. Target back up to the highs, right? Very simple buy opportunity. only 11 pip risk here, nothing too crazy, right? And then we'll be able to take advantage of this. Hopefully we go ahead and get filled down here at these levels, and then we go right to the take profit. But if it doesn't work out, if we see just a lot of selling pressure, like I said, and we end up breaking this level, then I'll just wait for the retest, and then I'll just be looking for lower pricing right after that. All right, so that's pretty much my outlook here on the euro. It is setting up very, very nicely, very, very juicy in my opinion. So now it's just a matter of letting price do what it does. But looking for a bullish reaction off of these levels down here, it's definitely not a bad opportunity here for the euro at all, guys. So it's definitely something to keep my eyes on going into tonight. Probably one of the definite opportunities I'm going to be playing. So we'll see what happens with that overall. All right, but let me go ahead and catch up with the chat family. Let me see what we got in the building with us today. I see we got the boot in the building. We got Vermont, New York City. What's up? What's up? Right, we got OKC. We got Tony and Bert in the building. Shout out to my Baltimore family. I appreciate y'all. We got New Jersey in the house. Quintel, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you in the building. D. Warner, you're right. Drop a like, family. Drop a like. Smash that like button. So if you have gotten some value so far, if you just appreciate the content, go ahead and smash that like button. I see we got Philly, we got New Jersey, we got Houston, New York, Baltimore, Cali, Suriname, Jamaica, Texas, New York, Nigeria, sunny Phoenix, AZ. We got Chicago in the building. What's going on, Christian? How are you doing, my brother? All right, we got Australia in the building. George, I appreciate you, George. Shout out to you for tuning in. All right, let's see. I'm short EURUJPY looking for... all right, yeah, for sure, Blake. Shout out to you if you're in that EURUJPY. I do hope that it goes your direction. All right, I will take a look at EURUJPY a little bit later, though, for sure, just to give you a little bit of insight on what I think is going to happen. Right, so I see we got the 5th Ward, Texas in the building as well. Kenya in the house. What is going on? Shout out to every single one of y'all. All right, I see housing market dipped today, right? Is the dollar shaking because of that, too? So there was a, I'm not going to say a major dip, because they were actually expecting a much larger dip. Right, the forecasted numbers were... for it to come out at -4% for U.S. pending home sales. All right, which this release, guys, it measures the change in the number of homes under contract to be sold, but still awaiting the closing transaction, right? So, again, these are home sales that are still waiting to actually close. Now, obviously, due to the entire crisis that we're dealing with inflation, interest rates going up, things like that, we are experiencing, guys, a downturn in pretty much every single sector across the board, right? Including, the housing market, right? The housing market is definitely starting to take a downturn because now affordability for houses has become a lot harder, a lot tougher now because of, obviously, interest rates going up, making the cost of borrowing actually going up as well, making the a lot of these potential mortgage rates and everything just going up, right? So because of that, yeah, we're starting to see a downturn. Now, again, overall, they did expect it, guys, -4%. It actually came out at -1%. So that actually might be looked at as a little bit of positive because it actually shows that there were less pending home sales than were actually expected. But overall, it's still negative, right? Negative is negative overall. And the market could have reacted from this. I don't think that it had too much of an impact. If there was something that the market was probably going to react to, it might have been more so core durable goods, which actually got released earlier as well. But yeah, I think this entire week, guys, you keep in mind, right? I believe we also did have, was it today that we had the Jackson Hole Symposium or whatever the heck that thing is called? Let me actually see, because that could definitely be the reason why the markets might have been a little volatile today, right? Let me see. The Jackson... I forgot what that thing is called. I'm not sure if it was this week or if it's... All right, so it's tomorrow, actually, right? So the Jackson Hole Symposium, right? So this is definitely something that's going to have some volatility in the markets, guys. But that is, again, tomorrow. So overall, today, we really didn't have nothing too crazy that could have really caused the market to gain massive momentum or volume. Right, so overall, it's still a very smooth day. All right. So that's where we're at for the data and for the actual release when it comes to the home sales. Yeah, very interesting report. And again, I just expect housing and employment and a lot of these different sectors to continue to go backwards. All right, so let's see. I see we got Ohio in the building. My brother G, what's going on? We got Nigeria. What is up? Where's up? Roy Cali in the building. What's going on, Roy? Good to see you. Savage Land. What's up? What's up, my brother? 20 Pip, I see you. What's going on? Let's see. Isn't that Friday, right? So it is actually tomorrow. I believe it could be for Friday as well. I'm not sure how long or how many days that event is. All right. I see we got Chicago in the building. What's going on, Gordy? Good to see you in the building. All right. Let's see. Yo, Abel, been watching you since IML days. Can you make a YouTube video of a breakdown on how to really and understand fundamentals? Right. So shout out to you, Earl. I appreciate you for rocking with me for so long. Definitely means a lot. And I could eventually create a video, like an actual edited video, like an actual real video on fundamentals for sure. Sometime I'll definitely do that for you guys. But for right now, definitely just continue to jump on these live sessions. This is literally where the value is provided every single week, and I'm really teaching people a lot more sauce than normally is taught on a lot of these platforms, right? Especially when it comes to fundamental and sentimental analysis. But I got you, Earl. Just give me some time, and I'll definitely go ahead and start making some of that fundamental content for you guys. That's gonna be next level for sure. All right, but let's see what else we got here, guys. So again, Euro USD, very good opportunity here for this. Just see if we can just continue this little strength. Now, again, a break of this level, I'm probably going to end up taking a short instead and target right back down to these lows. All right, so that's how I'm going to be playing Euro USD going into tonight. Very simple play, nothing too crazy. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we got here, though, guys. Again, a lot of these pairs that end in USD, they're all going to be very, very similar. All right, so again, if we look at AUD USD, what has that been doing? Similar concept. We are starting to see this market finally bottom out and give us that pullback, that we're talking about here on the euro. Right? Again, we want to see the euro pull back up higher, probably to around the 1.01 level. AUD USD, same thing. We want to see this thing pull back higher. Right now, the reason why the Australian dollar is moving right now, though, is because what session are we in? Right? What trading session are we currently in? Who knows in the chat, family? All right, what trading session are we currently in? Right, so we got New Mexico in the building. What's going on, Cadastro? Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Let's see. Also from I Am Academy. What's following you from there? Shout out to you, ICT Queen. What is up? What is up? I appreciate you for rocking with me today. All right, see, new to the channel. What up, though? Detroit up in here. Roadrunner. What's going on, dog? Good to see you. I appreciate you for rocking with me today. Right, so yeah, guys. Again, due to the actual session, which again, yeah, technically we are in the Asian session, but more importantly, guys, we are in the the Sydney session, right? The Sydney session happens first before the Asian session, right? And since the Sydney session is open, that means that the banks in Australia are open as well, right? And when the banks are open, especially in certain areas, then yeah, that is going to bring volatility in these markets, guys. So yeah, around this time is when we should be expecting the Aussie to finally start to pick up steam, right? Not just during New York session because of the correlation with the dollar, but also during Sydney, right? We could see the markets really start to pick up because we are now experiencing, bank volume entering the markets overall, right, for the Australian dollar. So, but what do I think can happen, guys? Well, I think we could see more upside here. Like I said, I really want to see price come up to around the 0.7 level here for the Australian dollar. Obviously we are seeing price actually start to push up now, but if we could see maybe a small term pullback, then that can give us an opportunity, guys, to really go ahead and ride this thing higher. Right, again, we are on a 15-minute time frame here, so keep that in mind. But yeah, a move lower here on a smaller time frame can definitely trigger some more upside, guys, here for AUD USD, in my opinion. Right, and again, I'm targeting back up to that 0.7 level. All right, so yeah, this looks pretty, in my opinion, pretty juicy of an opportunity as well, that we could take advantage of going into tonight. Again, I just need to see price come back down to this level of structure first, right? If we come back down to structure, then yeah, I would be very interested in looking at this opportunity here, right? And this setup, guys, is not bad at all. Look at the risk to reward, 4.68 to 1, right? So that is absolutely juicy. So if I'm risking 2% on this opportunity, I'm going to be targeting 9% gains, which is absolutely insane, off of just one opportunity here with AUD USD. So again, very juicy. Another one that I'm probably gonna be keeping my eyes on to see what happens, and yeah, we'll take advantage of it if it ends up playing out. Now, similar concept, guys, to what I said about the euro, though. Right? If the market ends up saying, "Nope, Abel, forget you. We're gonna run this low." Well, now we are actually breaking a very, again, for this time frame, a significant area of demand. Right, so if we do end up breaking this area of demand that we have down here, And it is an area of demand because clearly we had the demand for the Aussie pick up at this level, which is why we actually ended up start flying higher. So if we end up erasing this demand and breaking this level, see, then I'm just going to have to reverse my bias and say, you know what? I'm going to actually start expecting lower pricing here instead, right? So again, one, looking for the buy. If that doesn't work out, I'll end up taking my loss. I will accept my L. All right, I'll accept the loss. But then I'll also reanalyze it from a logical perspective and say, all right, you know what? If demand did not hold this level, then we can actually go ahead and reverse the course and then start to look to sell instead. Okay, so that's exactly going to be my play, guys. Similar with Euro USD, same exact thing with AUD USD, which is also going to be the same exact thing with, you guessed it, Pound USD, right? They're all very, very similar, right? So again, Pound USD did exactly what I said could have happened, which was come down to this actual area of demand, find that demand, and then obviously start to rebound higher. So we did see a very interesting reaction here, guys, for pound dollar out of this level. Again, very interesting level that we spoke about yesterday. And now we are starting to see price pick up again. So again, very similar concepts. If we can experience price pull back down into an area of structure, maybe down to where the moving average is, then that can also trigger an opportunity for us to go ahead and really start buying this thing back higher, right? So again, same concept, guys, for Euro USD and GBP USD and AUD USD. Just waiting for some short-term pullbacks and see if we can go ahead and continue with this pullback that we're experiencing overall. Now, a break of this low going to be triggering more downside, in my opinion. But overall, as long as we're above the moving average here in the 15-minute time frame, as long as we're above structure, I think that we do have a very good chance of seeing this thing going higher, right? So, that's literally how I'm going to be playing as a lot of these pairs, pretty much, again, going into tonight. So that's pretty much like the most popular ones that I would say that I like to analyze: AUD, Euro USD, GBP USD. At least from the pairs that are ending in USD is those main threes that I like to trade, right? But let's go ahead and flip it now, right? Let's look at USDJPY, okay? And let's see what UJ is actually doing. So UJ, again, very simple. We've seen a lot of momentum come in. We're now starting to see the market finally show signs of, obviously, that bullish momentum slowing down. We are starting to see bearish candles. And, yeah, I want to see price, for UJ, guys, absolutely come back down to this level, right? So, yeah, I do think that we do have a good opportunity to continue to short UJ down to around this 135.5 level, right? So now how can we take advantage of that for UJ? Well, this one's going to be very interesting, right? Because obviously, we do have this level of structure right here that held a nice strong reaction from that. So there is a chance, guys, for price to pull back up to the moving average on the 15, and then we do go ahead and start to see lower pricing from there. That is possible, right? Very possible for that to occur. But one thing that I'm also keeping in mind, guys, is where the real, the major area of supply, right? Because one of my big things, guys, one of my big criterias, right, or one of my big filters for entering a position, okay, is actually making sure that I'm at an area of supply and demand, right? So that's one of my entry filters, right? For those of you guys that don't know what an entry filter is, right, it is my rules for what I need to see in order for me to actually want to take that trade. Right, it's actually something that I spoke about on the actual 5-day boot camp. That is a very important piece of your entire strategy, right? So again, shout out to every single one of you guys that were a part of the boot camp. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We had an absolutely phenomenal time. But yeah, for those of you guys that weren't not a part of the boot camp, that's pretty much what one of my entry filters are, right? Making sure that we are in specific areas of structure if I want to take a trade. Now, keep in mind, we do have some smaller short-term area of supply right here, which is why I'm saying that this, price could realistically just come up here and go lower. But for some reason, just the way that this thing actually formed, right? Just the way that this high formed right here, it just more so for me telling me that we might actually end up running this high before we actually go ahead and see more lower pricing. Right, and a big reason why I'm thinking that, guys, is again just my understanding of liquidity and how it's being built up around obvious levels like this. Because again, most people are gonna look at this pattern and be like, "Oh man, look at this triple top, right? Double top, maybe triple top type of play." But the thing about this triple top that we have here is that the first touch, right, the first run up to this high is the highest point of this entire level of structure. For me, more times than not, whenever I see that the first high is the highest point of the actual structure point, that level more times than not is now going to be utilized to actually build up liquidity, guys. So overall, like I said, for me, for UJ, I would love to see it actually come up to this 137.3 level, 137.4. And then from there, I will be very interested in looking for some shorting opportunities here for UJ. Right, so that's how I'm going to be looking forward going into tonight. Again, another opportunity that is setting up nicely. You know, it's just a matter of seeing what price ends up doing, right? But if we do end up running these highs at 137.25, then I'm definitely going to be looking to short once we get up into this range, right? Up into this zone up here. All right, so UJ definitely looks juicy. Absolutely juicy for sure, right? So I'm going to keep my eyes on this one and see ultimately what, you know, does happen from it. You know, because like I mentioned, there is a chance for price to really just come back up to this level right here of structure and just continue going bearish. And if it happens, then it is what it is. I miss out on the trade, right? You know, I'll always be able to come back another day and look for another opportunity. All right, so let's see what else we got here. XAUUSD 1757 break to 1773. Yeah, I'll definitely take out gold as well, right? So again, this is just UJ. I think we could really see an opportunity to go higher before we go lower. Take a look at UCAD. Right now, again, UCAD itself, guys, is just a very choppy moving pair right now. If you look at this thing from literally the beginning of this year and the end of last year, we've really just been in this range, right? But now, obviously, if we're looking at this thing from the daily perspective and reading structure, you know, we did get a very strong bearish closure up here at a level of structure that does make sense. So I do think we're going to see more selling pressure, guys, for UCAD, right? I really do see a lot of more downside here. So I definitely like the opportunity to continue to sell this thing. All right, now the question is, where are we going to be able to sell from? Right, well, we are already pushing right now. Obviously, trying to enter into this right now, right when we're at a level of support, is probably not the best thing, right? Because you don't know if price is really going to end up breaking this support or if price is actually going to end up bouncing back higher, right? You really don't know off of this support. So that's why you don't want to sell when you're already at a support level. It just doesn't make sense. But what you can do, right? What you can do is wait to see if price is going to pull back. And if it does, then we can go ahead and look for that opportunity to go ahead and go short on. Now, one thing that I haven't really taught you guys or even spoke to you guys about, but I want to bring up now because it is very important. It actually does happen a lot. And I think it is, again, I would say a misconception that I also fell for is this break and retest talk, right? Let's actually talk about that. Now, again, yes, although, you know, a level like this right here, level of structure, let me actually just highlight this, you know, support right here, right? Yes, right, a break of this level, guys, is significant, right? It does tell us a lot. But one thing that I know, right, is that, yeah, there are times where price can break this level, act like a very simple break and retest, and then go ahead and continue going lower. You know, it's possible. It happens. But one thing that I actually noticed a lot more occur, guys, right, at these levels of support, which is why now I'm definitely, I'm not going to say more cautious, but now I'm definitely expecting more so of a rebound after we break a significant low. All right, so this is what I'm expecting. All right, so yeah, this low is here. So if we do end up running this low before we see any type of a pullback, then guess what? We're probably going to end up finding demand right below this low, and the market could rebound and then start to give us that pullback. All right, so be careful for all you guys that are out there break and retest trading, right? Because most traders are going to say, yeah, if we break this low, look for the retest and then the continuation. And again, at times, it does happen at times. I'm not saying it doesn't, but more times than not, what I've noticed is that when we actually break a level of support, because it is a level of support, and because there could be liquidity below here as well, right, this could be an area where the demand itself actually starts to pick back up, right? So just be very careful for all you guys that like to do that break and retest type of trading style. You know, be careful doing it when we're actually coming back to major levels of structure, because more times than not, like if we break this level right here for UCAD, we'll probably see a run, but we're probably going to end up seeing a rebound back up before we see that continuation. So just keep that in mind. You know, when we break major levels of structure, support, and resistance, there's probably going to be a lot of liquidity found below or above those levels. So we could find an increase or a decrease of demand around those levels as well. All right, so that's just something that we really have to truly understand, guys, and keep our eyes on. Right, is understand the pockets of liquidity and understand the reactions that price can do around certain levels. Okay, that's absolutely key. All right, let's see. We got the boy Skags in the building. What's going on? Let's see. Yes, can you check Swiss yen? Right, yeah, I can check Swiss yen in a little bit. Just for anybody that's newer to the Sessions family, I do like to go over my specific pairs overall first, my watch list. And then near the end, I do go ahead and take a look at any pairs that you guys might want to analyze as well, right? So Swiss yen, I will do it just, you know, closer to the end. So just remind me so I do not forget. Okay. Let's see, GJ. Yeah, GJ is definitely on the list for sure. It's definitely one of my favorite pairs to analyze, right? But again, this is UCAD, guys. You know, I'm gonna be very cautious. I do want to see more downside overall, more selling pressure to continue. It's just we need to see some type of a pullback first before we continue to sell off, right, in this market. Because where we're at right now, I really don't have no interest in trying to sell where price is currently at. Okay, so that's just me for USD CAD. All right, USD Swiss, right? Again, this one is very interesting, and I just think we're probably going to see more downside here as well for USD Swiss. I'm not going to go too in depth with this one, guys. Just very simple, you know. Any little pullback to the upside can give us an opportunity to go ahead and go short. All right, nothing too crazy. I'm not going to get too in depth with this one. I don't even really trade USD Swiss like that. But overall, I do like the sell side for it. So, you know, any little short-term pullback, you know, look for a structure level to be tested and then go ahead and look for that continuation. All right, let's go take a look at gold now, right? So gold, guys, is absolutely doing what we wanted it to. Again, literally everything that we spoke about, guys, is doing exactly what we wanted it to. The opportunities that we were looking for, though, for the most part, just price never actually reached those levels. But yeah, gold is doing exactly what we wanted it to, right? We wanted to, you know, see price continue to actually go back to the upside here for gold overall, and it's doing just that. But I do think we are going to be able to find, guys, some selling pressure for gold up around the 1770 level, right? 1770, 1775. That's where I truly believe that we're going to be able to really find a lot of selling pressure from. All right, so for gold, I would be a buyer for gold, preferably around 1740s, 1739, all the way up to around that 1771, 1774 level, right? So that's what I'll be looking for if I was looking to trade gold. I would like to buy gold to then bring us up to 1770. Now, again, I would love for it to come down to here, 1738, 1740, but I'm not sure if we are going to get down there. But if we did get down there before we reach 1770, then I would be buying it up to that level all day long. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for gold. Overall, like I said, for right now, I would definitely be looking to see if we can find an opportunity to buy to target up to that 1770 level for gold. Right, so it looks good. In my opinion, I think that yeah, we could see higher pricing here for gold. It's just a matter of now finding the best entry. All right, the best entry for me down here would be absolutely juicy. Okay, down here, guys, will be absolutely juicy, right? So if we are able to see price make its way all the way down here, right, then yeah, you know, I think that we could see price rebound. Now, again, that's if we make it down here first. Right, if we make it to 1770s first, then yeah, we're probably just going to continue in the overall bearishness. All right, so two ways I'm looking for. Either we're going to be selling from here first, or there's a chance to buy it up to that level as well. All right, so very interesting price action for gold, though. You know, it is doing exactly what we've been expecting. So now it's just about just finding an entry, right, and just align yourself with what we've been seeing. All right, we've been expecting bullishness, and that's exactly what we've been seeing. It's just now about finding that entry overall. All right, so that's my bias on gold. Nothing too crazy, guys. Let's go take a look at GJ and see what we got here for pound yen, right? Because this one as well, guys, like GJ has been probably one of the most annoying pairs to trade lately. All right, because I know we have a lot of pound fans, a lot of GJ fans in the building. I'm also a GJ fan, right? I love trading GJ, you know, just how volatile it is and how it moves. It definitely moves very smoothly. So yeah, you know, very popular currency pair that's being traded. But for GJ itself, guys, we really haven't been doing much, like at all, right? We've been very, very choppy. I mean, this is the weekly time frame, literally the weekly. So we have all of these weekly candlesticks, guys, that are just showing massive indecision, right? Massive back and forth, right? Literally just bouncing off of this 160.5 level and this 166.5 level, right? So overall, we've just been very choppy, very slow moving, really haven't been doing too much. Now, I'm still overall bullish GJ, though, right? I really do want to see this thing finally rebound and give us higher pricing. So that's my bias, guys, is finding an opportunity to now go ahead and get involved in GJ for that long, right? And really see if we can go ahead and really start to buy GJ longer, right? So I'm definitely on the buy side here, guys, for pound yen. We just have to, again, just wait for the best entry. You know, if I'm going to be looking for an entry going into tonight to see if we can go long, it's probably going to be around these levels of structures down here, around the 161, probably 161 300 will be probably juicy, and then go ahead and obviously target much higher, right? So maybe something like this, guys, for tonight for GJ is possible, right? Rebound, and then if we are finally going to go ahead and break out of this massive little channel that we've been in, that's an area that we could look at. Now, the only thing that I'm keeping my eye here for GJ that only has maybe has me concerned, right, about this maybe possible opportunity is, again, these equal lows here, right? Just like I mentioned, guys, with that last opportunity with the highs itself, when the first level of structure, guys, creates the low and it's the lowest point of this level, you know, more times than not, this level does get utilized as an area to manipulate price. All right, so again, yeah, I'm sticking with this. I like this opportunity all day long. But if price ends up breaking it, then it's just probably going ahead and running these lows. And then at that point, we'll accept the loss if we get it. And I still like the upside, though. All right, it's just a matter of now looking at it from down here instead for GJ, right? Really at the real demand level all the way down here at these lows, right? So that's just something to think about. When it comes to GJ, you know, something to keep your eyes on. Again, it's just, you know, these levels, these equal lows and equal highs, guys, really are manipulated patterns that we have to be aware of. But yeah, you know, like I said, overall, it definitely does look juicy. You know, we just got to see what price ends up doing. But I have no issue whatsoever taking this buy right here at all. Okay, because it is possible for price to react it. You know, risking 2%, going for 8%, I'll deal with that. If I lose 2%, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to complain. I'll just wait for price to get down to this level, and then from here, I'll look for another rebound to go ahead and send us possibly higher from there. Right, so that's just my outlook for GJ. Again, I know it is a fan favorite, so I know a lot of you guys love seeing analysis on it, but that's pretty much what I got for you guys tonight, and what I'm going to be looking for, right, and what I'm going to be playing off as well. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Bootcamp shout out. Yeah, shout out to all you guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Potential liquidity. Yep, UCAD looking like an old school kung fu movie. Yeah, super choppy. It really is. Let's see. Good night from Jamaica. What's going on, Davion? How are you doing? Let's see. That's Retail Logic. ICT explained how to trade that. Yeah, shout out to you, young major. For sure. If it works for you, it works for you. Let's see. I feel like market makers study us 10 times more than we study them. I mean, here's the thing. We're the least concerned for these big institutions and these market makers, right? You know, because yes, technically, guys, a lot of, you know, these market makers, like, yeah, they're technically trading against us, but they're not worried about us, right? Because they also have to trade against other banks, right? So it's not like just these big corporations are specifically targeting the little fish, right? The retail traders. That's not how this works, guys, right? It's literally a institution that can also go ahead and target or trade against other institutions, right? So it's not just the big boys against us. No, it's the big boys against other big boys, right? Against other communities, against other types of traders. So that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to market makers, right? So yeah, you know, it's not just us, right? They're also trading against other banks and other corporations and other hedge funds, right? So they, you know, it's a game between everybody. All right, let's see. I'm in a sell right now. Got in at 1.3016 on UCAD. Okay. Listen, I hope that that thing goes to TP for you, Matthew. I really do. Let's see. Will you go live for the Fed president speak on Friday? I'm not sure about that, Davion. I don't know. I might, depending on if everybody will like that, right? Because last time we did go live for a news event, it was absolutely dope. You know, it was dope to see that thing actually play out in real time, and just giving our opinions and our ideas in real time definitely does play out well, right? All right, let's see. Did you do EJ? Nope. We can go ahead and take a look at now a few of these cross pairs. So these are, again, guys, we went over a bunch of my favorite pairs and my favorite opportunities overall. But now we can go ahead and take a look at a few different ones as well as you guys recommend them, right? So we'll start off with EJ. See what EJ is doing really quickly. EURUJPY. I can't type. All right, there we go. And now let's go ahead and break this down, right? So EJ, right? So EJ itself, guys, were very interesting. So last time I looked at that, EJ was 2 weeks ago, maybe. All right, look at this, right? Last time we looked at EJ was 2 weeks ago. All right, we wanted to short this opportunity from up here. Price never actually ended up getting up there, but overall the idea itself was very strong and very good. Now EJ is going to be very similar like GJ, right? Again, across the board, guys, a lot of these currencies are reacting against the yen in a very similar manner, right? So if I'm bullish GJ, I'm going to be bullish EJ as well. Okay, so yeah, it's just a matter of now finding the right entry. So looking at EJ, we are creating bullish structure levels. Right, we did end up creating some bullish candlestick patterns as well that I know a lot of traders love to look for and trade off of. But what I'm going to be looking for EJ, guys, going into tonight, if I'm looking to buy this thing, right, it's definitely going to be probably somewhere near these lows for sure. Okay, I want EJ to come back down to this area of demand. All right, I want to get in at a discounted price level. So if we can come down into here, guys, then yeah, I think that there is a good chance that we do find some demand to send us higher here for EJ, right? But overall, for me, in my opinion, I like the buy side for EJ. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, it is what it is, right? But I do like it. You know, I like the upside. I like the buy side here for EJ. So, yeah, you know, if we can see price come back down to around the 135.9, 135.8, I think that that could be a nice, decent opportunity, guys, for us to go ahead and go long here on EJ, right? Maybe something like this. Right, something like this, family. Right, we see price come down to here. Okay, you know, you can have your stops right below the low. Overall, it's gonna be around maybe 40. I'll have my entry right down here on this level. Right, so around a 36 pip stop loss overall. We're gonna be targeting back up to the highs. You know, so we're talking about 5.5 to 1 risk reward. So yeah, you know, again, another decent looking opportunity. So. I think that there is a good chance for this thing to play out, though. All right, so it looks good, though. You know, that's what I would be looking for EURUJPY. Can you look at gas? Sure, we can take a look at gas. I don't think I've ever looked at gas, to be honest with you, but sure, we can take a look at it. Let's see what we got here. Is it just under gasoline? Is it like, what's the actual code for that, right? Is it just under gasoline? Let's see. Yeah, I think this actually measures the price of gas, which is pretty cool. So the average price of gas right now is around $2.90. No way. Is it that low already? Is it that low already? Yeah, see, I'm not sure what the actual ticker for actual gas is, right? Like, is it gas, natural gas, N gas? Nah, it's not that, right? Overall, we'll take a look at oil, right, and see what oil's doing as well. All right, so oil's very interesting, right? So again, pretty much we talked about this yesterday, and I told you guys that I wanted to see oil go ahead and rebound and go ahead and continue its bullishness. And I still do believe, guys, we are going to be bullish here for oil, right? I want to see higher pricing here for oil for sure. It's just a matter, again, of seeing if we can pull back down before we continue. But I'm very much bullish here, oil. You know, so looking for any type of a pullback can give us an opportunity to go ahead and experience higher pricing, guys, for oil as well. So yeah, I'm a fan of buying oil right now. It just looks good from a fundamental perspective, a sentimental, a technical perspective. I definitely like the opportunity for this to start to rebound and really make its way higher. All right, because again, we're talking about, you know, a move possibly all the way back up to its high. Right, so you know that's a big move right here. Right, so yeah, you know, I definitely am a fan, guys, of, you know, bullishness to continue here for oil to the upside. All right, let's see. So that's oil. Can you look at AU? Yeah, you know, we actually took a look at AU already, but I'll give you what I'm looking at here. All right, so overall, you know, short term, I want to buy AU around 69.6916. Short term, I want to buy AU. Long term, I want to sell it from up here. All right, so I want to buy it to then sell it. Okay, so buy it to then sell it. So that's pretty much my outlook for AU. Can you look at GBP? Oh, yeah, for sure. I got you, Queen. I got you, Queen. All right, so pound Aussie, guys, this thing has just been absolutely tanking. All right, I mean, look at the order flow of this market, guys. It just has absolutely been getting destroyed. And obviously, again, you know, I'm not going against that. All right, I'm not going to bet against that. All right, this thing is just going. But very similar concepts, guys. So even though we are seeing selling pressure, look where we're at now. All right, we're at a structured low. Right, so again, there's two things that can happen here for GA. Right, it's either we could bounce off of this level, right, and really start to rebound before we actually go ahead and continue this selling opportunity here. Right, this is an opportunity here. All right, looking for maybe a rebound back up to 1.71 could be a good opportunity to go short on. Or we could see price run this low only for the demand to pick up and brings us right back up into this level before we then go ahead and continue this short opportunity overall. Right, so yeah, I just need to see a pullback here for pound Aussie, but I do think that we do continue going lower. All right, I do think we continue going lower. It's just this thing already sold off, so now we got to wait for some type of a pullback to then go ahead and look for that continuation for sure. Okay, but yeah, this is literally what I'm looking at right now, Matthew. I got you. All right, but yeah, you know, I think we still have more selling pressure. All right, again, just looking at what we've been doing, I'm not going to go against momentum, guys. Again, our job as a trader, and it's why it's so important, guys, to look at the bigger picture, right? Bigger time frames, 4-hour, daily, weekly, even monthly, right? It's because directional bias is very important, right? We have to figure out what the overall flow of this market has been, and we want to stick with that, right? Especially when you understand sentiment overall across the board. As long as sentiment has not changed, we know what we need to do, right? As the sentiment does not change, we stick with the trend. So we have been, you know, experiencing a lot of selling pressure. So I just expect that to possibly continue here, guys. So we need to see some type of a pullback first before then we go ahead and continue selling this thing right here. All right, let's see. Thanks. Last one, NAS 100. Yeah, we can take a look at NAS, nasty NAS. So these indices, guys, again, I do think we are going to continue to rebound. All right, I see higher pricing here, guys, for these indices before we end up going ahead and seeing our next big rollover to the downside. But yeah, you know, I do see price making its way higher. You know, I think yesterday we spoke about these levels as well. You know, I really like that 13,200 level. If we can see price make its way up to that 13,200, then I would like price to start to sell off from there, right? But for right now, on a next opportunity type of basis, then yeah, you know, I will be looking to actually buy US NAS, right? NAS 100 all the way up to around 13,200, right? So yeah, you know, that's what I'll be looking for, a buy on NAS 100. Where can we look for a buy from? I don't know. I like this level down here. You know, if for whatever reason price spikes into this zone down here, I think that that's an area, guys, where we can realistically see higher pricing. Now, the reason why I chose that zone, this zone, is because I'm trying to identify, guys, where the demand for the NAS picked up last. Right, we had this strong push up right here, right, that did break numerous levels of structures. There was clearly some momentum behind this push, but the push started down here, right? So if we can see price come back down into this level, then we could probably see the demand for the NAS pick back up once again. Right, so that's what I'll be looking for more of an intraday opportunity, guys. Something that we could probably like rarely see occur over the next 24 hours is probably that. Looking to buy NAS down here at these levels. Okay, absolutely amazing for sure. Absolutely amazing. Right, this actually looks pretty juicy, guys. I'll actually probably look to trade this tomorrow morning during New York session, depending on how it's playing out. Right, that boy George, I appreciate you, George. Thank you so much for the Australian $5. It means so much to me that you would like to support and sponsor this channel. So if you have anything that you need analyzed, George, any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know, and I will definitely get right to that. No questions asked. I appreciate you once again for supporting the channel. All right, so these are pretty much just a few of the pairs, guys, that we're going to be looking at. Like I said, it's not going to be too long of a session for today. Nothing really has changed overall too much. We really haven't had too much data change, right? We didn't have too much release today. So overall, it's still the same blueprint that we had, guys, to start the week. It's just now just about riding out, this dollar weakness that I'm experiencing, or that I'm expecting at least, right? So dollar weakness is the play. Set yourself up with dollar weakness in mind. And in my opinion, I think that you'll have a good opportunity to go ahead and find some profitable trades going into tonight, going into tomorrow morning for sure. Let's see, maybe AJ. Yeah, for sure, right? Let's take a look at that. All right, so I think I did just look at AJ, but we'll take another quick look at it. All right, so yeah, for AJ, it's very similar to what I'm looking at for a lot of these yen pairs, right? I want to see this thing rebound and go higher. Right, I really do want to see this thing rebound and actually go higher, right? So maybe we actually could be at an opportunity where this thing is about to start flying. So a short-term pullback here, guys, I'm buying, right? Again, I would be buying on a short-term pullback down. I don't want to buy at where price is currently at already, because price could still go down and we'd be in massive drawdown. But yeah, if we could see price pull back down to around the 94.5 level, 94.5, 94.5, I think that can be an opportunity, guys, for us to go ahead and get involved here. All right, so an area, 94.5 looks like an attractive area to potentially target higher pricing here for AJ. All right, so that's what I'll be looking for, for Australian dollar, Japanese yen as well, guys, right? But, overall, like I said, a very quick session, right? Even though it was an hour long, this is definitely shorter than what I normally do. Normally, I'm on here for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe even longer with y'all. But again, nothing really has changed, right? A lot of this stuff has stayed the same from when we started the entire week. So all we got to do is just continue to ride out the overall bias that we predicted. Okay, so for me, dollar weakness is my bias, which overall is more so risk on sentiment right now. Right, because we're seeing a lot of these assets start to gain value again. So I'm just going to stick with that no matter what overall. And then when it's time to change, we'll go ahead and change it. But family, I do appreciate you guys for rocking with me tonight. I love y'all. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys are superstars. I hope you guys were able to gain some value on this quick 1 hour session for y'all today. Again, we went straight to the point. No BS, no rants, no nothing. Straight to the market, straight to the charts. Just because, like I said, there really hasn't been too much movement. But I do appreciate y'all. I love you guys for everything. I will be back on tomorrow, same time, same place, guys. I do this every single week live right here on YouTube for free for every single one of you guys. So make sure to continue to tune in. Make sure to send this link to all your trading buddies, all your trading friends, anybody that's interested in trading. Make sure to get on this sauce, guys, because this is literally the sauce that people used to pay money for, right? Now I'm giving it away to you guys for free. Okay, so I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Thank you guys for rocking with me. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow at the same time, at the same place. All right, family. Have a great rest of your guys' night. Let's get it.